السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام. أهلا وسهلا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم معرفتك واشرح صدورنا بنور كتابك وسنة نبيك واحفظنا أنت لنا خطأ في بيان مرادك. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So we start a new kitab, Kitab al-Ashriba, which is the plural of sharab, as the author mentions in the first line, سمي بها وهي جمع شراب لما فيه من بيان حكمها. In other words, in this particular book, he's going to discuss beverages. Yeah? However, as we'll see, he mostly discusses alcoholic beverages and the laws related to that. So even though he's discussing, in essence, one type of beverage, not beverages, plural, ashriba, but because the ahkam related to that are many, that is why he brought it in the plural, and not kitab al-sharab. Okay, so that's what he's explaining in the first line. سمي بها وهي جمع شراب. He calls the kitab of ashriba, and it's a plural of sharab. وَلِمَا فِيهِ فِي بَيَانِ حُكْمِهَا, because of the explanation of his ahkam in this particular chapter. Okay, so there's quite a big difference of opinion here between the madhab, the Hanafi madhab, and the other madhaib. And we touched on it in usul al-fiqh. However, in today's time, it has been considered to be the marjuh qawl. He has taken Imam Hanifa's rahmatullahi fatwa. When you come to, you'll discuss it a bit more. But this is considered to be marjuh. In other words, it is not the muftabi qawl. And the usul is that when something is marjuh, not preferred, then it's like kal adam. It is as if that opinion doesn't exist. So in today's time, our madhab is the same as all the other three. We differentiate between khamar and other beverages, because we say khamar specifically refers to alcoholic beverage that is made from grapes, nothing else. So all other products that are not made from grape juice, understand, is not considered to be alcohol, and dates or raisins, because those are the three ingredients that were used in those days, and this is what it refers to. Khamar refers to that. And we did in usul al-fiqh that the other madhaib make qiyas upon the word khamar. Lughatan, khamar means yukhamir al-aql. It's called khamar because it clouds the mind. So when you become intoxicated, your mind becomes clouded, so you do not know what you're doing. You can utter words of kufr, you can commit all kinds of crimes, and so forth. So as a protection for the mind, to protect the mind, the intellect, the Sharia has outlawed it. In the usul fiqh we did there, you can't make qiyas upon a linguistic meaning and apply it to other things. Otherwise, you can't take a word, it means this. So every other thing in which this meaning is found is also will also follow the same hukam. And we say that because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Whereas in qiyas, illa must be universal. I hope you're following, inshallah. See?
Sí.
I don't know if you can remember the discussion. So under the conditions of qiyas, we mentioned you can't derive qiyas, you can't make qiyas based upon a Lughawi dictionary meaning, linguistic meaning, as your illa, as your basis on which you are applying to the makis alay, to the makis. Sorry. So we're not saying that other beverages, or Imam Hanifa rahmatullah is not saying that other in alcoholic drinks are not haram. Not saying that, but he's saying that because it doesn't fit under the description of khamr, which is made from grapes, the laws that apply to it won't be the same. Otherwise, the had and so on and so forth, you can't apply the had. If a person rejects it, it doesn't come out with the fall of Islam and so on and so forth, because it's not actually rejecting an ayat of Quran. So obviously, from here you can understand why later on the mother didn't accept opinion at start, because that opens up the door to a great amount of fitna. And people can take that and they have no taqwa and so forth. Other forbid what can happen. And the hit time will be even worse. Because Imam Hanifa said A, B, and C. And unfortunately, there are people doing it. There was a case in Joburg, was it Joburg? I can't remember. In the madrasa, one of the children was, it was talk, the Ustaz talking to the children, to the kids. The one kid said he drinks alcohol. Yeah. So the Ustaz got a shock. So he phoned the father, he called the father in. He thought the father wasn't aware of it. So when he phoned the father, the father said, yeah, I gave him permission. He got even greater shock. When talking, he said, oh, Sheikh said we can drink. And he played a video to show the Sheikh and the Salafi permitting the drinking of beer. So, based upon whatever. So this kind of thing is really happening. Unfortunately, people are looking for those kind of loopholes, especially today's time with the lack of taqwa and so forth. So that is why this is the marjuh problem. Also, especially when Muhammad Rahmatullah is also on the side of the other, especially when you do find such a code in the Madhab, you have not taken Imam Hanifa Rahmat's stance in this particular matter, and that is ahwat. You must be more cautious in this particular matter. So you understand?
Okay.
So obviously the author is going to explain Imam Hanifa's stance and his for and against and so forth. So just keep this discussion in mind as well. Spend the time on it. You just keep this discussion in mind, inshallah, that he's looking at it from the point of view of Imam Hanifa, but it cannot be of cold. It's not for Muslim people. Right? Now, when it comes to the production of alcohol, there are two basic ways, or it has been refined in today's time, but the process more or less is the same. That either you take a raw product made from either grapes or any other fruit, something which has sugar, or from something which has a lot of starch, barley, hops, what do you call this, maize, something like that, potatoes, anything which is very, very starchy, grain and so forth. Uh, so in the case of the grapes and that, there's two ways of doing it. Either you take it and you squeeze it into like a juice, get the sugar out. The sugar content is important in the fermentation process. And then you just put it into an airtight container so that the carbon, the gas is coming out of the carbon dioxide that's coming out of it eventually causes it to ferment, okay, and become intoxicating. That's the one thing. Then the other, that's so that's called fermentation process, where you take the juice, as I said. And the other process is distillation, where you boil the product, the fruit juice or whatever, until X amount of water is evaporated. Okay, so those are the two main methods. And it's still being used today. The only thing today, as I said, they've refined it a bit. They add yeast and cultures and stuff like that to speed up the process and so forth. And to make the place even more softer for the alcohol content, kind of quicker. So the main thing is that the carbon dioxide mixing with the sugars to bring about the fermentation, and then that creates the ethanol, which is the alcohol content in the product, which makes it intoxicating. Understood that?
Yeah.
Okay, start the plan to the translation of it tomorrow, inshallah. Just keep that in mind, inshallah, in brief. Very important as we go forward with the first few pages, inshallah. Allah,
inshallah.
نستغفرك ونتوب إليك